How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here. We're on episode number 2 of Season 8 for Game of Thrones, which I believe is called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It was more of a reunion episode, a calm before the storm. I kind of have a feeling how this episode is going to end, because next week we got the Battle of Winterfell. And I'm I think everyone's really nervous about that episode, because if you're expecting that there's going to be no major casualties, then think again. I have a feeling like the dead are going to succeed, to make the threat a bit more threatening and a bit more impossible, like into the eyes of everyone, a bit more impossible to beat. But I kind of have a feeling that the first steps of the Battle of Winterfell will take place at the end, so it can leave people ready for it. Like, oh no, I'm not ready. And not just that, but Endgame is coming out, so yeah. It's gonna be a hell of a week. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what this episode has on offer. Last week was really great, reunion episode, like I said, and everyone basically had a great time. It was the calm before the storm. I say everyone had a great time apart from the little Umber boy, which had that demonic scene. But it was really great, unless you're Cersei as well, demanding your elephants, like, where are my elephants? I had to make a meme of that last week, because that thought was in my head, and I was like, if I don't do something about it, then I'm not using all of my creativity. So yeah, I had to. But with that said, let's just delve into episode number 2. I will put the extended reaction on Patreon later tonight. I've got a bunch of stuff to do first. My Hero Academia, Red vs. Blue, and then I've got a podcast to record for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that's going to be really awesome. But yeah, with that said, let's just delve right into episode 2 of Game of Thrones. Let's go.
Do you want me to apologize? I won't. We were at war. Everything I did for my house and my family. I'd do it all again.
The things we do for love.
Oh!
So why have you abandoned your house?
He armored me, and sent me to find you and bring you home. Because
Wow.
he'd sworn an oath to your mother.
Go Bree!
You vouch for him.
Jamie has
I
developed
do.
a hell of a lot in this show.
We should let him stay.
Go Sansa! I don't think Daniel likes that, but who cares?
What does the Warden of the North say about it?
Sansa's always right.
We need every man we can get.
Even the enemy of my enemy.
He's got many faces. I look forward to seeing this one.
Gendry's just like...
My weapon.
I'll get right on it. Be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
What about afterwards?
Good on Bran.
How do you know there is an afterwards?
I mean, have a bit of hope, Bran. Ever the optimist. Oh, but I like how Jamie did apologise.
We have never had a conversation last this long without you insulting me. Not once. You want me to insult you? No.
Good.
What's your game, Jamie?
I came to Winterfell because I'm not the fighter I used to be. But I'd be honored to serve under your command if you'll have me.
Oh, Jamie!
I should have thanked you the moment you arrived. That was a mistake.
They're warming up, it's awesome.
I'm here because I love your brother.
Oh.
I trust him. And I know he's true to his word. He's only the second man in my life I can say that about.
Who was the first?
Someone taller.
He speaks to fish.
But we'd never bow to anyone else again.
Oh.
What about the North?
Tough call, Danny. Uh-oh.
Apologies, my lady. Your grace.
What is it?
Maybe you won't have to find out.
I want to fight for Winterfell, Lady Sansa. If you'll have me.
Oh, Theon. Oh. Fuck it, he's full on Theon anymore, like from now on. I may as well before he might die or something like that.
All right, I'll defend the crypt then.
I was gonna say the marking on her side, is that reminding him of Shireen?
If I wanted to erase the world of men, I'd start with you.
How will he find you?
It's like a
The
call.
mark is on me. He always knows where I am.
We'll put you in the crypt.
He's a big truck.
No. We need to lure him into the open before his army destroys us all. I'll wait for him in the Godswood.
That's not gonna...
You want us to use you as
Oh my god,
We're not leaving
Bran!
you
Bran!
alone.
He won't be.
Dragonfire will stop him.
I don't know. No one's ever tried.
Well, you know what they say. First time for everything.
We're all going to die.
I'm nervous.
At least we die together.
To protect them. Everyone seems to forget that I was the first man to kill a White Walker. I've killed Fens. I've saved Gilly more than once. I stole a considerable number of books from the Citadel Library. Survived the
Bad
fifth of the
boy.
first men. You need me out there.
Well, if that's what it's come to, we really
I
are.
killed one of the...
Well, calling you fuck wouldn't be strictly accurate.
Last man left, burn the rest of us.
I'm not ready for this. I know I'm saying it, but the reflecting. D-Day's almost here, and it's... scary.
I'm sure someone does.
They call me Giant's Bane.
I'm here for this.
You know
I'm...
why?
Oh, no. No, no, no. Is it the cup you're holding?
I killed the giant when I was 10. Then I climbed right into bed with his wife.
Yeah, Tom. This is a mood. This is a mood.
3.
I mean, that's something.
We're probably going to die soon.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I ought to know what it's like before that happens.
Freaking hell! The shit. Holy shit!
Take your own bloody pants off.
Oh my god! I mean, it's your last night. Just go for it. Holy shit! Damn, are ya?
I'd knight you 10 times over.
Are we supposed
You don't
to...
need a
Is
king.
that wording it differently?
Any knight can make another knight. I'll prove it.
Oh?
Kneel, Lady Brienne.
He's gonna... Oh, Jamie Christ!
In the name of the Father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the Mother, I charge you to defend the innocent. A knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Fucking hell, Jamie. Jamie. That is just the ultimate move. Like,
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Fucking hell, Jamie. I love you.
And I will fight.
Yeah, you can't reject Liana.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
It's all right. We're done here.
You listen.
Never wanted to leave. Never wanted to leave. Never wanted to leave.
Podrick, you got a voice of an angel. That's beautiful. Oh my god, my heart. I'm nervous. And I've got to wait a bloody week.
My real name is Aegon Targaryen.
It's impossible.
I wish it were.
Who
The
told
Darth
you?
Vader, I am your father, except
Run.
replace it with...
I know it is.
Surprise, you've got a nephew.
If it were true, it would make you the last male heir of House Targaryen.
Oh, shit.
You'd have a claim to the Iron Throne.
Does he want it? Doomsday is here. Fuck. Not ready whatsoever. I am not ready for this. Yeah, that's Podrick's song. Oh, nice. I'm not ready for this. I am bloody not ready for this. God help me next week. Because here's the thing, like, I'm seeing Endgame and Battle of Winterfell in the space of 24 hours. Just have 999 on speed dial, just because I'm not going to make it. So that was awesome, and that was literally the calm before the storm, because now we've got the dead arrived. That's how I think the ending of how this episode gave off the dead approaching and just seeing Winterfell just, like, I'd say meters from their grasps and all of that, was exactly how I pictured it ending, because it gives you that tension. It gives you, like, well, all throughout this episode, it gave you that tension because you just knew the dead were on their way, and you could actually feel it. You were immersed into the story, and whilst they were preparing and having happy fun times before the end of days could, well, not so much in Dany's case, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, whilst they were having happy fun times before Doomsday arrived, you felt so immersed like I definitely did, because I was just worried for these characters, especially with some of the interactions, like Missandei, and Grey Worm. Obviously death flags are flying there because they were talking about their future, and before a big battle emerges, it's like, yeah, this is not going to end well. Especially, it gave that D&D vibe. I don't know why, like, because I play a lot of I mean, this is Game of Thrones, it will give you a lot of D&D vibes anyways, but, this really, really felt rooted into that D&D aspect, especially with characters having final talks before they went into battle. I really, really loved the Sansa and Dany scene where they were warming up to one another until Sansa brought up the prospect of what would happen when you take the throne to the north. And Dany's like, well, so yeah. And funny thing is, there was a few moments where they had some really, really serious talks, interrupted by something, Dany and Jon in the crypt, when the whole revelation about Jon being a Targaryen was put on Dany, and Dany just brought up the prospect that, well, that means you have a claim to the throne. And and before John could say anything, like, I'm not interested or anything, the horn signaled the dead would arrive. So there was a few cut-off points, like, just a pivotal moment, because Theon arrived as well when Santa brought up the prospect of what would happen in the north, with Theon arriving, which I thought was a really, really beautiful scene of Sansa and Theon reuniting. And not just that, though, but Theon, like I said in the episode, he's Theon now, because he could be dead by the end of episode 3, and I'm keeping a close watch because there's gonna be, like, because this episode had no action, it was banterous, and I know there was a few people who were saying that episode 1 didn't hit the bar, like it was sluggish and all of that, but I think these episodes are supposed to set things up, character interactions and all of that. Like, I have a feeling a few people are going to call out this episode because there wasn't much, like it felt like there was nothing, but it was really, really powerful because you got a lot of interactions. There was some really, really big pivotal stuff going on, some larger than others, like Dany finally finding out that Jon's a Targaryen, and there was a few emotional moments, like Tyrion and co, when they were contemplating the fact that they're going to die, and they may as well have one last happy talk and all of that before the end. Gotta say, that knighting scene, it made me emotional as hell, because that was just really, really powerful stuff, and there's always been that lack of hope from Brienne that she could never be a knight, and then Jaime's like, well, I've got the power to do so yeah, and the emotions on Brienne on her face was just powerful. Bloody loved it. But I also loved Jaime saying he would fight like under her command, saying he's not the fighter he used to be. So I really, really loved that so much. Gotta love the Tormund scenes as well, when he was confronting Bree. Oh my god. What I really, really loved though was Jaime and Brienne, because like there's two ships for Brienne. There's the Tormund and Brienne ship, and then there's Jaime and Brienne. So I really, really loved the like, I'm glad there was no drama. Like Jaime was just like, oh, for crying out loud. Like, he could sense that there was something going on. And it was just really, really bizarre, especially his first, like, when he reunited with Jon, Ed came back, everyone came back from, after having to take a deviation to avoid bumping into the dead. His first concern was, where's the big lady? I absolutely loved that. But you gotta get a kiss in or something like that, because poor Tormund, he doesn't want to, this is the thing though, if Brienne dies, or if Tormund dies, in the next episode, then I'm gonna feel so, well, if Brienne dies, actually, then I'm gonna feel so bad for Tormund, because he's been chasing Brienne for so much time, and it's just like, I've gotten nowhere because the dead suck. So, yeah, I absolutely loved, not just him chasing after Brienne, but his talk about how he got the name Giant's Bane. So, which at first I thought it meant something else to impress Brienne, but no, that his story, I guess, is impressive as well. So yeah, but it was really great going into that scene with Tyrion and co. Well, those scenes, because it was more than one scene. Pod singing was absolutely wholesome, and it gives you this cozy vibe, this embrace your happiness before all the dark times hit, because we know that this season is going to be absolutely murder for us watching, and these scenes are making us embrace these characters and happiness as much as we can, because the next episode's not going to be happy unless we have some kind of dance off, like between the Night King and and the living, like the dead and the living. It's not going to be a battle with swords and all of that. It's going to be a dance-off. Just, yeah, we can all, like, that's just playing on optimism, because you know that, things are going to turn to hell. But I really, really loved this is what I'm talking about when I'm worried about the prospect that people are going to, are going to say that this episode got nowhere. It did. It got people, because it was entirely focused on Winterfell, which I really, really liked. It didn't deviate to another area of the world. And it was getting them prepared, but not just that though. This is going to be a big, colossal battle. I'm actually scared about the crypts scenario, because people were talking about hiding in the crypts, and I'm just thinking about the dead getting there and how vulnerable they might be. I mean, they talk about the crypts being a safe place, but I think the emphasis on this episode made me think otherwise, like something bad's going to happen in the crypts. And you do have that worry, I think there's been a few people worried about the crypts turning against the living anyways, oh, it's a safe area. No, it's not. So I've seen a few of those discussions going around. Arya, holy shit. I mean, may as well, because you might not get this opportunity again, but holy shit. I mean, I know the Arya Gendry ship has been going on for quite some time, but yeah, when she talked about how many times have you had intercourse, basically, I had a feeling that was going somewhere. So I was like, oh goodness, are we gonna end? Lo and behold, so I really, really thought that was quite something. But at least Arya got her weapon, and I just love how she was just impressing Gendry earlier on, before, in the scene before they made sweet love. That was really, really great stuff. Yeah, this was a great episode though. Setting things up, very emotional. And this is, and I'm not even ready for next week. Like I said, it made you so worried during the episode, especially when they were planning, them getting ready as soon as it was turning to night, because we had Tormund's warning that when the sun rises, that will be, but you had that, you felt so much worry going into this episode, and this wasn't even the worst episode. It's the next episode you're going to be totally worried for. But you felt so immersed into this because you connect to these characters, and we're about to go into one of our most dangerous fights, I'd say. Yeah, I'm just absolutely worried. One thing I didn't get though, personally, is they were going over strategy, and I've thought about this later on in the episode, but if they're going over strategy, because they're talking about having Bran because it seems like we've got confirmation on who the Night King is targeting. It is Bran. And I really, really loved that talk about how he is more connected to the essence of life, basically. So, and how they talk about death is like the eater of memories, and it makes you forgotten. Very, very deep stuff. But yeah, they were talking about luring Bran because that's who the Night King's after. And one thing I didn't, because Bran was there as well, and he was the same person who just had to take the fun out, who just had to ruin Dany's mood in the last episode, saying, yeah, they got your dragon. So I'm wondering why they did not account for the dragon. I mean, maybe that's already taken care of, because we've got the numbers game against the Night King in terms of the dragon count, because we've got Drogon and Rhaegal, haven't we? So they could easily take care, whilst the rest focus on the dead. But it's still going to pack a bit of a punch, surely. Yeah, I'm just thinking they didn't make a mention, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the next episode to see how we deal with the big dragon. So yay. Yeah, there was a lot of comedy aspects as well. Beric and the Hound was just amazing. But I loved Ed what I really felt that was really emotional, seeing the last remnants of the Watch being there. They were reflecting it's only just us three, and Ghost was there as well, but I'm just sad that he was just a background like thing rather than, I don't know, some kind of reunion, because we didn't get him in the last season. So I was hoping a bit more with Ghost, but it's still great to see Ghost there. But I really, really loved the band between Ed and Sam, because Sam was like, hey, people forget that I was the first one to kill the White Walker. And Ed's just like, well, we really are fucked, aren't we? So I really loved that. Yeah, it was a great episode, though. I'm worried. Like, I mean, we're all worried, but this episode had you... Like, I don't know about anyone else, but it did definitely make me immersed into their strategies and all of that, and like their strategies. No, I was going to talk about the fact that the Night King wants to put the whole of Westeros into an endless night. But yeah, I was going to say it did make you feel so. Like, being immersed, it made you feel like so connected, and you had this feeling of dread inside you because you knew what was coming up. I mean, they know as well, but as a viewer, you don't expect this to go cleanly. You expect there's going to be big losses during this. I can guarantee that. Maybe a Stark will perish. I'm expecting that. I'm just worried. I've got to keep my predictions tab. Like, that's what I've got to do next week. I've got to keep my predictions tab open. So, because I think a majority of those who I considered deceased would stem from the Battle of Winterfell. Because we don't know how much more damage the dead are going to do during this show. But it's going to be close, and I'm nervous. I'm absolutely nervous. This is absolutely. I'm just not ready for next week, because I've got Endgame on the Sunday, and then Monday morning. Okay, let's get our hearts ripped out with the Battle of Winterfell. So yeah, but it was a really, really great episode. Very D&D like, with character interactions before a big battle. Like, I felt that, like, there's always, like, when I play D&D every week, I always loved these nice, comforting interactions, because this might be your last, like, especially during a big battle. I know you people might not get these names and all of that, but like people like Strahd, some people might be D&D enthusiasts out there, but like we got Strahd and all of that, and there's great conversations there that because this might be it. And I know in a few weeks' time I'll probably have a big talk or something like that, because I've got to face my greatest enemy anyways soon, so that's great. But I'm deviating. But like I said, it was great to experience those really, really emotional interactions between characters, because this is your last chance. Same with Jon and Dany. I mean, some might say it might not be great timing, considering the dead are, like, not that far away, but if Jon dies, then he's not going to... It's best to tell Dany that information about who he really is than to just die and not know. So I think that's why he told Dany just at that point, because either you know or you're never going to get to know, unless, well, someone could tell, but there's that aspect that nobody survives this. So yeah, but yeah, next week, get ready, because we're all going to die. We're all gonna die. No, that was a great episode. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Maybe Pizza channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!